Fancy meeting you here.
In our
Back at
lovely
home, huh?
village.
You got tired of the city life? Had to
Yeah, I
come
just
see
came
us
back for a
here in the
visit.
rural parts? Yeah?
See what you guys have been up to.
I heard we've had some infrastructure changes along the way.
Hopefully more will come.
Yeah? You want to give me the grand tour along our pathway here?
Uh, so all of
I've heard.
this has been pretty, it's been here for a while. So, but right here, this is the first look for my video at least of what I did on stream. So I think this is a pretty good, just a little pond. Before it was just like a little forest here. So I knocked out all the trees, filled it in with water. And if you watch the stream, most of this was here. Some of it I changed, added some lily pads and stuff. But yeah, just a simple little lake with some fish in it. Nice little,
Twitch.tv/itchsmuckers.
yeah, Monday through Friday.
Monday through
Sometimes
Friday.
Saturday. This is the first look for this section though. And I love this cave. It like frames it perfectly.
Yep.
Especially when you're actually in your face. There we go. But I have a little time lapse. I'll just play that right now, I guess. And then boom. There it is.
Are you kidding me?
This hut's been here. This this
The
hut's been
hut.
here, yeah,
Yeah.
for quite a while. I don't
If you see
remember
my
what
episode, I
episode.
went
Yeah,
over it again in the last episode.
perfect.
Yeah.
So we sort of, I think, accidentally sort of matched
Yeah.
the same color with the hut. We went for more of like a copper look, though, but not actually using copper at all because of the fence posts. And then yeah, just a couple little lakes here from waterfalls that were here.
Little streams and rivers through the mountains.
And this is where it starts getting to new territory. So right here, we have a vision, a big wheat field spanning from way over there to way over there. So we're going to have like a little windmill here, hopefully, and a little farmhouse over here, and then wheat field in between. Probably not that big hole in the middle, but
As far as the eye can see,
yeah,
or as soon as we get tired of planting wheat.
probably that one first, but we move on through the snow.
Which, because of global warming, doesn't snow anymore. Yeah. I'm sorry, not global warming, climate change. Which technically our climate did change in Minecraft. Since the world expanded, this no longer constitutes as a snowy biome. It does snow in some places, but yeah, most of it is just rain. So like this section will never be filled in.
So this spruce forest will be expanded. I've got some ideas on how to build big spruce trees, some custom spruce trees, and I'm just gonna fill in this valley so that most of it is spruce tree, and it'll actually feel like you're moving through Narnia-esque landscape rather than just a big open stone snowy field.
And sort of the same for this birch forest as well.
Yep.
So this is going to be Josh's domain on the path between
Yeah.
spruce
Forest
to
man.
the birch.
I have to be
And
a forester.
we're also going to have a little hut in between here at some point in here. Josh
It's
will
gonna
have
be
to
an
decide
exact
that.
copy of that hut that I've already got built. But it'll have some like animal husbandry around. So little pens for pigs and cows and
Oh, I want to take a
sheep.
look over here real quick. If you'll follow me. I just want to highlight this just so that we get
Indulge.
a good look at what we're trying to do here. So if you sort of make your way up here and look at this waterfall, you can sort of see it just sort of ends
Ah, yes. Oof.
all
took
weird.
some-
So like this, in my mind, it's not really close to the path that you'll see it, so I didn't do any work to this. But this will sort of help show what we're trying to do with the water throughout the path. So the first pond you'll see that sort of emphasizes this is this waterfall here. All these waterfalls are all natural, so they were already here before. And all I did is take where it nastily ended way down there and then added a pond and places for it to go. So through here you'll see a bunch of different ponds where all these waterfalls meet. And a lovely little bridge which we designed. Super simple, not too complex, just a double arch with some water underneath.
Yeah. Looks a lot better.
We go across some rocky paths into what we're gonna probably do another wheat field. Now this one's gonna have a lot of terraforming along these cliffs just to flatten it out a little. And probably take this big old chunk here out just so you can see all the way through, and the wheat field will continue underneath here. Looks super cool. Look at that
you could
beacon.
like dangle. You could you could dangle lanterns down so that's like artificially lit.
Right. And then we
Anyways.
come through here where we'll widen this at some point across this little dirt bridge
Land
through
bridge.
another cave, and this will be our blown up village. So right now we have no buildings yet, but we have a little makeshift path. And we'll probably have a main path through the middle that, well, would have been blown up, so they had to make a new path to get through. That's what this is. So I was thinking I'd have this path continue straight and then have houses on either side, and then this would be like the main street that we had to do a little detour because everything got blown up. And then the last part right before the city, a little marketplace. So I was thinking little like stalls, horses, little animals, food on the side, just because in the city you're gonna have big taxes, you're gonna have to have like an actual shop, blah blah blah. But like just outside you're gonna still have all the people from there, and it makes a little transition between the village and the city, and it makes it less abrupt. So it keeps it a busy looking place while still not being city life.
Okay, so what we've described here are a series of small dots in between our two large dots. So one large dot being this city center, and then the pathway that stretches from here all the way back to our home village where we first settled. are two big dots that will then be connected along the path with a series of smaller dots. Are wheat fields with various farm buildings and windmill or water wheel. Are huts throughout the forests, and then the various bridges that we've already designed and built. Small little dots to make the pathway interesting and create a storyline, almost like a progression of how the civilization expanded and grew over time, from rural life to big, bustling city life.
So as you can see, we have sort of a lot of projects, small ones, but a lot of them spread throughout the path. We are sort of working on in order to prepare for the next episode, where we do sort of a world tour and we map everything out. So right now, I'm working on the first big wheat field, where we're gonna have the big windmill and a little farmhouse too. But I actually just finished a different project with the other wheat field. So I have a quick time lapse, 20-second sort of transformation time lapse, sort of show you the before, middle, and after. So I'll go ahead and show you that right now. So as you can see here, it's a good little break from what we come through. So we come through sort of the birch forest, but also the rocky, snowy terrain into this, which I don't know if you remember when I ran through with Josh. Oops. Sort of between here and here, there was a big mountain. Uh, there was like 6 blocks in between here or something. So we took that out, which really opened it up, and now you can see all the way from up here all the way through, which is super nice. Sort of nice wheat field going up the hill a little too, so it's not too weird that you just have like big hills, no wheat on them, which did take a little bit of time to put all the water and stuff in and make sure that all of it is hydrated, but not too bad. And then we opened up this a little down here, and I still need to do that right here into that cave. But I think this is actually super nice. I'll show the inside real quick. So we have the front here. There's a little hatch here where you can see the mill down. This is where you would drop the wheat in, of course. And then the front door over here. Nice little table, kitchen. Under here, I put a crafting table and then realized I put carpet over it. So I put a crafting table under here as well. And then we have the actual mill down here. Nice little grindstone acting as the millstone. And then crank around. And I thought this looked like a gear. Although it is really expensive to have a lodestone here. I thought it sort of looked like some gears in there turning. And so I put that in. Not too hard to find. And then we just have some bins that you can put the leftovers in to compost, and some storage sort of just piles. And then we have a slight upstairs where you live, little book here to read. Not a real book, but that's okay. A little bed. Guess he's a lonely boy. And then some chests up here along with an ender chest. And then there's the wind, or the water wheel here, which you could sort of see from up there through the time lapse sort of thing. What you couldn't see was back here. We also have some plants. Looks like some of them aren't quite getting enough light, but hanging lights. We can always change up the lighting situation a little. But overall, I think I improved this area quite a bit from what it was. And Josh did help a little with like the design of the house. You saw him clearing out this big area with me. But other than that, oh, he also put the bushes in. Other than that, I did most of the work. because he has other stuff he's working on. So I didn't want to take up too much of his time with everything. This guy, just ruining my wheat field. But other than that, I think I'm gonna head back to the other wheat field and show you what I've been doing over there. Okay, so I did a little bit of work. I'll show a little off at a time. First, we have this little mock-up of a windmill, and I haven't finished hoeing everything. As you can see, my hoe's about to run out. But on this side, we have a nice windmill. Then we have a nice wall here along the path. I split it up between two because I think that looks better. I did the same below that house, and then I have another outline for the house. For the house though, I sort of want to include a stable or sort of barn area right here. I'll probably just put like I don't know, something in there. It's sort of like an outdoor shed. So this actually is like its own building. It's just connected. But then this would be a nice house area, and I don't know about the size. I definitely want 2-story, and I want it to be bigger than the other one that we have, because this field's gonna come up like here and around the backside, and then around there, and probably around there. I'm starting to do the outline, so I've done all up there. I'll fly up so you can sort of see. I've done around the backside of it, so that you can sort of see what I'm trying to go for. So that's probably as far to the left as I'm gonna go. So that's a nice border along the bottom side, and then as far back as I'm gonna go. And as you can see, I'm starting to do like a little fade off. So I'm like mixing in wheat and the grass here on the backside, just so that it looks a little more natural and less like blocky, or else it's gonna be like squares. And the other wheat field sort of has that, but it's sort of surrounded by mountains, so it's like it's less obvious. This one, it's not gonna be the whole field, so we sort of have to go in. So yeah, I'm gonna bring this line over here, sort of follow this diagonal, and then we're gonna like round it out and then up and around the back of the building. I don't know how far up the mountain I'm gonna go. Probably not very much, if at all. Probably the same as like over here. Just a couple blocks, just to blend it in. But then, yeah, not totally up that mountain. So just a little weaving back and forth around the backside of that building. But I think I'm gonna switch for now. Hopefully I'll finish this by next episode, and then I'll show it off there. And we do the tour, but I think that's it for this episode, really. I'll have to get with Josh and design both of these, because we already know I can't do it myself. But I think I can sort of do myself is redstone, so I'm gonna switch to that. Okay, so if you remember last episode, we talked about this and how this works. So this brews any potion you want automatically. Don't have to worry about it. And so I designed a whole sort of lobby area for the Potion Palace. Cool little front door, sort of emulates a little bottle here, the little cork. This is the light for the ingredients, so if that's flashing, I know I need to refill one of the ingredients up there. And then we have back here all the potions, so 15 slots in here. And this is probably subject to change. I had an idea for the roof to make it look like stars, but obviously that didn't work. So I destroyed most of it, and I'm gonna get Josh to help me with it, and we'll make the inside look cool and good, and make sure it's actually lit up, because right now it's not. But I took this little tower, put it here, and if you can remember, I had one regular potion, which you just sort of like sip on, a splash potion, and a lingering potion. So I put all those connected for this one potion thing, and I don't know if you can see a problem here, but well, this is supposed to be another potion slot, and it's sort of being taken over by this one. And if I do that, this one like over here, which I could definitely do. But then when I have 11 in a row here, how am I going to do that along the backside? This would take up a lot of space. Not only that, it's really confusing. So I went to this. We did this on stream as well. Super mainstream. We sort of put it on top of each other. But this, as you can see, is only too tall. So I would need a whole another one on top of that. And it would, again, be super tall. Although it might fit with what I need, it would just be super tall and hard to control. So we decided we're going to put our heads together and come up with an idea over here. So this is working away. Not for very long. It's about to run out of bottles. But this is a one ingredient. What I was struggling with so long, a one ingredient auto smelter. So we have the 3 potions. Whatever potion we make, to make it a lingering or whatever, we're going to throw them in here. And then we have the one ingredient in here, which is right now netherwort. So I'm just making awkward potions, really. And then over here is just the blaze powder, as you can see. And then to activate, it will activate soon. This will go off, which activates this whole thing, which with 1 redstone actually activates all 4 droppers. So at once it drops in an ingredient and then 3 bottles. And so that fills everything up, causing this to be 15, which turns this off. So if I put bottles in there, it will turn to 15, unactivating everything, because this is only set to 14. So the 14 going into here helps me decide, or helps me to find out when this is actually done brewing. So when this is done brewing, it will actually be 63, and then full of the potions, because it gets consumed, right? So then this goes to 14, and since 14 minus 14 0, this actually pops on. So that's what's happening sort of right now. It's not actually outputting 14 because there's no bottles in there. Okay, so I just started up just sort of to help me remember what everything does. Okay, so it's running right now. So it's powering this, unpowering everything back here. But it's still keeping this powered down here, locking the hopper, making sure none of the bottles get dispensed. But as you can see, when it goes off, this torch goes off, activating the dispensers, but it also comes over here. And this is on a delay so that it empties the stand and then relocks the hopper so that the new stuff coming in that gets activated here doesn't get sucked out as well. And then if we look at this, water, 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 they'll become awkward, they'll get thrown out. So it's all pretty well timed, and I think I'm still working on the locking system. So if this gets backed up, it sort of breaks itself, and then I'd have to go in and fix everything every time it fills up, which I want it to autofill. So I need to tell it when to stop, and I'm still trying to figure out. I'm pretty sure this works if I lock this. But for the most part, this is working for me. And we did go through some iterations of this, but I think this is the skinniest we could get it. So we would have 2 of these, one to make it splashing, and then one to make it a lingering potion. And then we would still need one of these to make the main portion of the potion. But it would eliminate, I think, one of these. So the max I would need is 4. And then it would make everything a little more neat and a little more well managed in the realm of space. So I still need to, of course, apply this to the actual building. So that's the next big step, and hopefully by episode 21 we'll get it building in the actual world. But I think that's it for this episode. Like I said, just trying to get you caught up on what I've been doing with the redstone for the potions. Anyways, I'm super, super happy with what we came up over here. And again, this was on the live stream, so if you want to join, it's Monday through Friday pretty much every week. Some days I do take off because things pop up in life. But yeah, most of the time, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock is when I start Eastern time on Twitch. The link should be in the description below. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to see you in the next one. Peace out. This other guy went. Cool.
Yo, what's up, Schmuckers? How's it going?
What's up, dude?
Good. Why did they call me out?
How are the
Good
kids?
to hear it.
Humanity
They're doing great.
I will find the
Actually, alright. How's little Bimmy boy?
Bemmy boy? What the? Who?
I fucked up.
techniques are more optimized.
You know, Bimmy.
You know, at first when I read your name, I was thinking of an Uncrustable.